What if I told you in a couple months you could ditch the job that you hate and you could have a business that pays for everything you need and then some? You'd have time freedom and financial freedom. 9 years ago, I was a struggling window cleaner and could barely pay my bills. Today, I make over $1 million a year because of my real estate business. My net worth in the last 8 months gone up over $1.3 million. It all started because I did my first deal. And let me tell you, it was a perfect deal. In real estate lingo, it was a perfect house hack and BRRRR strategy. Over just a few years, this deal made me well over $200,000 in profits. Not only did it make me that money, but I lived rent-free for a time, and not only lived rent-free, but got paid to live in the house. In this video, I'm gonna break this deal down and show you how you guys can do the exact same so you guys can have a catapult start to your real estate investing business. Hey everyone, welcome to this YouTube channel. If this is the first time you're here, welcome. This YouTube channel is for you. It's for you to become successful. If you're serious about your real estate investing business, make sure you subscribe right now. I create content that can put tens of thousands, if not millions of dollars into your pockets every year. I share tried and true practices, so make sure you subscribe right now to not miss a single video that we put out. If you're not subscribed, hit the bell icon. Did I say subscribe? Anyways, I just want you guys to hit the subscribe and hit the bell icon. That's all I want. Everyone, my name's Zack Boothe, and I am here to help you become an expert real estate investor. While preparing this content, I evaluated that first deal that I ever did and was reflecting on, me and who I was when I did that very first deal, and all of the fear and anxiety that I felt as I was doing this first deal. Your first deal will always be the scariest, and you will always learn the most. If you've already done your first deal, please share one of the biggest takeaways and the thing that you learned the most doing that first deal. Share it in the comments below so others can learn and grow, so we can connect as a community.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
This piece of content is going to be a two-part series. The first part of this series, we're going to break down house hacking and exactly what it is. We're going to talk about how I used house hacking to help me on that very first deal, and we're going to break that down and explain it so you guys can implement the same thing. I use both house hacking and BRRRR strategy to be able to do this first deal, and we're gonna break down that first deal and explain that clearly to you. I want you to walk away from this video not just feeling excited, yes you will be excited, but I want you to also have the understanding for you to be able to go take action and have life-changing financial success. So what is house hacking? In one simple sentence, it's living in part of the house and using the other part of the house or renting a part of the house. So if you buy a small multifamily property, you would live in the one unit and rent the others. In a single family home, you can live in one bedroom and rent out other bedrooms and have this shared community space like the bathrooms and the kitchen. So you might think, why would you ever want to go through that hassle? Why not just buy your dream home? Of course, there's the obvious benefits of living completely rent-free, right? Someone else paying for the rent or the lease. There's also the benefit of passive income, of cash flow. If you can rent the space out for more than it costs you every month, you can make free money. But there's actually one benefit that is more valuable than that reason right there. There's one more reason that's very, very valuable. I hope you guys are as excited as me.
So excited!
So when you go to buy a house the traditional route, banks are gonna wanna look at not only your credit score, but also something known as your debt to income ratio. Banks will not lend to you if your debt to income ratio is higher than around 43%. That might sound complicated, it's definitely not. Let's explain and do the math. So let's say you make $3,000 a month. You have no debts and you decide to get a loan that will cost you $1,000 a month to buy your first house. So your debt to income ratio is your expenses to your debts and the amount of money you make per month. So if your expenses are $1,000 and your income's $3,000, it's 1/3 of your income is going towards your debt. So your debt to income ratio then is 1/3 or 33%. Let's say you buy this house and you're living in it and you love the house, it's for you and your family, and you want to buy another property and you want to buy a rental property that's vacant, let's say it's a single family home as well, and there's no one living there, there's no lease in place, but you'd like to buy this house and turn it into a rental. So you go to the bank and you ask for a loan that's going to cost you $1,000 a month. Let's do the math of what will happen to your debt to income ratio. You have your first $1,000 a month, you ask for a loan for another $1,000, so now you're going to be paying 2/3 of your income towards debt. Even though you would like to put a tenant in place that's going to pay for that debt, but it's not done yet, so the banks will let you count it. So now you will not qualify because your debt to income ratio is at 66%. So the banks will deny the loan and you won't be able to buy the rental. Say you do it the opposite. Let's say you buy a house that you would like to turn into a rental and then buy your dream home. Let's say you buy a duplex, right? It's $1,000 a month and you can rent out the one side of the duplex for $1,300 a month. The banks will allow you to use 75% of the rent income to show as your income. So it'll offset the debt payment. So 75% of $1,300 is $975. So if your monthly payment is $1,000, the bank will allow you to put $975 towards that debt to income ratio. So you'll be back down to almost a 2% debt to income ratio. You're going to be able to qualify for another house. You can move into the next investment property and fully rent out the previous one and continue to buy houses and continue to increase your net worth, increase your cash flow, and be on your way to building financial freedom. That is essentially what house hacking is. And it's so important that you can lease a portion of that house so that you can count it towards your debt to income so you can qualify for another loan and for another rental property. And the reason you do the primary residence loan with house hacking is it requires much less down. If you're going to buy a rental property and not live in the property, the banks want 25 to 30% down. When I first started, I did not have 25 and 30% down. So I had to house hack. I had to buy a house, get it fully rented, move into the next one, get it rented, and move into the next one. I was able to avoid the 25% downs. Before I go into the exact details of my very first deal that I house hacked, go over, scroll over, and hit that like button. So far, what I taught you was a very painful and tedious process to learn myself. I create videos just like this so you guys don't have to learn the hard way, so you can learn quickly and quickly implement what took me a long time to figure out. Please hit that like button if you found value so far. Back in 2012, I married the love of my life. You know, I joke with her all the time. I say, you know, babe, I married you for your looks and you married me for my money. But the joke is I was extremely broke and we definitely got married for love. I had recently learned about the house hacking strategy and I wanted to do it myself. I wanted to build a life for my wife and I. We bought this little duplex. It was an up and down duplex. So we lived in the upstairs unit and rented the basement. I was able to buy the house for $60,000. And since it was my first time buying a house, I got it for $5,000. So I got this house for $55,000 and didn't have to put any of my own money down. I rented the basement for $750 and my monthly payment to the bank that would cover principal and interest, so my entire mortgage, plus taxes and insurance, was only $450 a month. So not only do we live rent-free, but we also got paid about $300 a month just to live there. This helped us out a ton because I really was a struggling window cleaner and I wanted to buy more rentals. Because we did it this way, we qualified for another property quickly and were able to buy another rental property. It truly put us on a path to financial freedom. I'm grateful for the story that I met the love of my life. And, you know, I joke with her, I didn't have money, but I'm very proud and grateful that I can give the life to my wife and to my kids that I always dreamt of. We now get to have a ton of fun and have a lot of adventures with my cute little kiddos. I also get to tell my wife that she married me for my potential. Okay, quick recap. House hacking allows you to live rent-free and even get paid. The rent will allow you to qualify for another home by offsetting your debt to income ratio. Using this strategy allowed me to get my first and second rental properties and put me on a path to financial freedom, and something that you guys can 100% put in place. I am no one special. You may be struggling to get started. If you guys want to flip houses, if you want to build a rental portfolio, if you want to wholesale properties, you first have to start with getting properties at a good discount. Book a call with me and I will show you exactly how we can help you find deeply discounted properties using my Driving for Dollars Mastery System. Go to dfdmastery.com/start now. It's also in the show notes. We'll be jumping on the phone with you and explaining how we can help you. Remember, this is a part 1 of a part 2. I will explain how I use the BRRRR strategy to be able to also pull out money tax-free and be able to use that money and grow that money and snowball it. It's great content. I'll also link it in the show notes once it's up over time. If this is a brand new video, make sure you've subscribed so you can catch the next video coming out. Thank you so much for joining me on today's content. I really appreciate it. Please share with a friend if you found value, and hope you guys go out and house hack your first property.